Hey guys, Mark here. I'll tell you, I'm not a big reader or anything. Every once in a while, I'll get into a book that really catches me, catches my interest. And I've probably read maybe half a dozen or a dozen books since school, but most of those were because I had to. But since the first time I went up to the Allagash up north, then I saw there was a book called The Allagash, so I had to give it a read. Figured I'm a little bit bored, and instead of just flicking through the internet doing useless stuff, I'd read the first page of the chapter from this book. That's by Lee Dietz. It's about the Allagash, the region, the river, the history. And the history's still rich. A lot of the original family's still up there. Once I get to the first page, I'm going to give it a read. I'm going to skip all the preface or whatever, get right to the meat and potatoes of it. Part 1. I'm bored. I'm not a great reader either, so bear with me. But this will be fun for the page. The river. Oh, and by the way, I'm probably going to be squinting a lot because I need glasses. Part 1, the river. In the heart of Maine's North Country, the Allagash River flows northward, 100 miles through the uplands of unbroken forest. It flows backwards. One might say, for reasonable rivers of the continent tend to southern courses. And backward it flows in time, for there are no rivers in the eastern United States that remain so nearly as it was when it first... when first white man faced the trees with his back to the sea. That first paragraph of this book really caught me. It takes a lot too, but that's where they normally get you, that first paragraph. Excuse the dogs in the background. A region as well as a river. This vast watershed springs from 100 lakes, countless streams, and hills, forming the heart of the wild land of the blanket's northwestern Maine. The Serpentine Waterway, in turn, serene and brawling, links 7 major lakes on its northerly course, tapping the legendary northwoods of pine and spruce and fir that once stretched its unbroken ranks west and north into Canada. The Allagash is much more than a river. It's a symbol. Since the Aboriginal Indian guided its fragile birch along the dark corridor, the waterway has been classic canoe route, a beckoning byway into an age-old dimension of human experience. It is only the remoteness of the 500,000 acres that has thus far preserved the integrity. The Allagash remains a woodsman's world of paddle and portage. A wild trout and night crying loons. Its trails cut by lumbermen and trappers have since the days when Henry David Thoreau tramped them been followed only by a few who fell, as did, here's where the glass is coming and getting all blurry, as did the Concord naturalist himself, that the wilderness is for those who make the home effort to find it. It is not the great river by measure of the Nile, or the Mississippi, or the Amazon, from the Telos Dam to the St. John. All right, a little bit more than the first page. From the Telos Dam to the St. John River is a middling 90 miles, but much as there are men who are all men, the Allagash is all river. Allagash stream, winding down from the watershed's ultimate sources, flows out the Allagash Lake, white and tumbling, round pond, detains the trout stream. Then it plunges over Little Allagash Falls, very impressive, to deepen in quiet bends and still waters. It nears the central lakes of the Allagash country. I can't read, but that was fun. Hey, it's a great book, The Allagash, a lot of rich history. And it's a lot of rich history that is still alive and well up there. Thanks for checking out my page. Have a good night.